It's summertime. You are at your favorite ice cream shop with exactly rupees 10 in your pocket. So, you order your favorite chocolate ice cream. But you realize it's now priced at rupees 12. So you go for the humble orange stick which used to be rupees 5. But the shopkeeper tells you now it's rupees 8. Has this ever happened to you? Why did the price of the ice cream increase? Stop worrying and simply hop on as we are here to uncover the trends and secrets of the fascinating world of economics. Let's start by understanding first what is an economy. An economy is where production and consumption of goods and services are used to fulfill the needs of those living and operating within it. Having a population of more than 1.37 billion, India is one of the largest economies in the world today. In order to understand how well an economy is doing, there are certain economic indicators in place. These indicators are like road signs in the economy. These indicators help to judge the overall health of an economy. Some common indicators are the Consumer Price Index (CPI), Gross Domestic Product (GDP), unemployment figures, price of crude oil, etc. But what happens when these indicators fluctuate? Let's find out. Inflation. When the general level of prices go up, we call it inflation. You either pay more money to get the same amount of good or service, or you pay the same amount for a lower quantity of good or service. But what causes inflation? When the total money in an economy increases too rapidly, the value of the currency often decreases. Did you notice that over the years the rupee has become less valued? The price paid by your parents for a bar of chocolate is way less than what you pay today. This is due to inflation, where things become costly, or in other words, the currency loses its value. So, is inflation required at all? Yes, inflation goes hand in hand with growth. As prices increase, there is more spending and eventually more growth. However, it should be within control. Hyperinflation results in devaluing the currency to such an extent that you probably wouldn't even be able to buy a loaf of bread for rupees 2000. When prices go up, we call it inflation. So what's the term we use when prices go down? It's simple, deflation. It is literally the opposite of inflation. During deflation, things become cheaper because there is more supply of goods and services, but less demand or consumption. It does sound lucrative to buy things at lower prices. But if things keep getting cheap, economic growth slows down gradually. This brings us to recession. Recession. In simple words, recession is a significant decline in economic activity, lasting more than a few months or 2 consecutive quarters. To resolve this economic meltdown, governments react by loosening their monetary policies by infusing more money into the system. Reduced interest rates on loans and subsidization of taxes on goods and services are some ways of increasing money supply. Recessions are a part of the natural economic cycle of expansion and contraction. It is much like climbing a mountain. No matter how high up you go, there is bound to be a descent after you reach the peak. A long-lasting recession eventually leads to an economic depression. What leads to recession? Recession is a direct consequence of insufficient money supply and credit availability in the economy. As businesses cut costs during recession, unemployment rates rise rapidly, which then leads to a fall in the rate of consumption. So now corporates have to lower prices of products, thus reducing profits, which then triggers more job cuts. The whole economy falls in a vicious cycle of an economic slowdown or recession. In such a situation, Inflation can act as the bandage. When there is recession, people do not have enough money in hand. The government steps in, along with the central bank, to inject money into the economy. With the increase in purchasing power, there is more demand for products and services. Now, to meet this growth in demand, production has to be increased to meet the sales, thus causing more employment. More employment would result in even more demand for goods and services, and that's how the economy manages to bounce back out of recession. Managing the economy is a tricky and risky business. One unfortunate move and the whole system can come crashing down overnight. Do your bit by learning more about the various economic trends and indicators, because tomorrow the decision might be yours to take. See you next time on another episode of Know It All. Till then, keep playing the quiz on Mind Wars.